Der Tag, an dem ich als Chef der größten deutschen Oppositionspartei in das Haus am Wilhelmsplatz ging und als Führer und Kanzler der Nation heraustrat, war ein Wendetag in der Geschichte unseres Volkes, damals, jetzt und für alle Zeiten. Wenn Deutschland heute wirtschaftlich gerettet ist, dann verdankt dies das deutsche Volk nur seiner eigenen Führung und seiner eigenen Arbeit. Das Ausland hat dazu gar nichts beigetragen. Das deutsche Friedensheer ist aufgestellt, Deutschland zu vertreten und wenn notwendig zu verteidigen bis zum letzten Atemzug.
Maria Teresa Prohaska, Marischka was her nickname, was born on August 13, 1926 in Pomes, Budapest, Hungary. She was the first-born child of Ferenc and Anna Prohaska. Pomes was like a township of Budapest. Her mother was Anna Zuckerbach, and she was born November 15, 1903 in Pomes, Budapest, Hungary, and died in February 21, 1990 in Hamburg, in Germany. Father, Franz Prohaska, was born March 29, 1903 in Pomes, Hungary, and died on November 1, 1945 as a casualty of World War II. Maria had a sibling, a brother, Otto, who was younger than her, but she also had a sister, Gisela, and another brother, Otto, but they both died at a very young age of pneumonia because at that time there was no miracle drug, penicillin, to help them get over the pneumonia. Franz Prohaska, her father, was drafted into the Hungarian army. While he was in the Hungarian army, he actually played the trumpet. He loved music. Franz's unit was ordered to take supplies to soldiers fighting in the fields. On their way there, they were ambushed by a Russian unit. The Russians had all the soldiers dig their own graves and then shot them. At the age of 42, Franz Prohaska was dead. It was many years before the government officially claimed that he was dead. Anna kept waiting for him to come back. The war was hard on my grandmother, Anna Prohaska. Pictures depict how cruel World War II was on her. World War II started in 1939 and lasted till 1945. My mother, Maria, was only 13 years old when the war started. You have to understand that there was the Allies and the Axis were fighting during the war. The Allies was Great Britain, USA, the Soviet Union. The Axis was Hitler, Germany, Italy, and Hungary got pulled into the war to be a part of the Axis because after World War I, they had suffered so much economic depression that Germany and Italy helped them get out of that depression. And because of the aid, they made the Hungarians fight for the Axis. The Russians were coming from the west and the Germans from the east. They would fly over Hungary. To this day, she kind of cringes when she hears a siren. They would have to put up what they call blackout curtains every night on their houses. Also during this time, their source of food was cut off, so they went hungry. There were many times that she went days without having anything to eat. If a horse was happened to be killed in the fields, everyone would go run out with their knives and chop it up and eat it. She went through air raids when she was sitting in school or sitting in church. In fact, one time she was sitting in church and had to get under the pews as a bomb had hit close by. Most of the bombing, though, was done in Budapest downtown area. They lived kind of on the outskirts. One of her best memories and worst memories is when the Russians came into their home one night looking for her dad. Her little dachshund, who was the nicest little dog, she said, ran up to him and bit him on the ankle. He took his gun out and killed her little dog right in front of her. They were put into cattle cars on trains and sent to Germany. The Russians said the Germans can take care of them. During the years of the war, my mother really looked like a Jewish person. She had dark curly hair, a prominent nose, big brown eyes. So during the war, she would actually have to wear a thing around her neck that had a piece of paper on it that showed her birth, This showed that she was a Hungarian and not a Jew, because everybody talks about all the Jews being taken out and being persecuted, and they were in Hungary too. In fact, they estimate over 500,000 Hungarian Jews were taken by the Germans and put into concentration camps and killed. One of the most famous direct descendants of the Prohaska family was Bishop Ottokar Prohaska, and he formed and established an orphanage right in Pomaz. He was actually selected by the Vatican to be on the panel to select Pope Pius XI. He died in 1927. In this time, Maria suffers from vascular dementia. She does not remember a lot what's happened in her life, especially during World War II. But maybe that's not a bad thing, because a lot of bad things happened to people in World War II.
Do you speak any other languages?
Hungarian, German, American.
Have you lived in Germany?
Yeah, I did for a while. Yeah, the war took over. Bombs day and night, you know. You could hear them. You know when they started coming. Say, oh boy, here we go again. Let's get in the basement.
The bomb hit?
Yeah.
And you had to climb out the basement window?
I know. We went through a lot. It was a tough life for everybody. Not just me.
His name is Dad.
Dad?
It was your father's name. It was all the Hungarian men who had died during World War II. The day the Russian soldiers came in, and what did the dog do?
Beat him.
Bit him, and what did the Russian soldier do?
I shot him.
Killed him. Separated, weren't you, for for a while
That
before
was
you
bad.
found each other in Germany, because there was such a mass exodus out of Hungary.
They took all our children because the war was coming on and killed them.
A brother who was an infant that died,
Yeah.
and then you had a little sister that died.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, no, not this one. This is the one that lived. But those two died. You said why they died?
Yeah,
They had no penicillin to help them.
Nobody had it. It's my dad.
So all the babies died, yes.
Yeah.
Why did the Russians kill your dad? Why did the Russian soldiers? You're like stuck in the middle. Hungary was. You had the Russians coming in from one side, and then you had the Germans coming in from the other side fighting each other. They were forcing these men, like your dad, to do things, to go out and take like stuff out to the men in the field, and one time they just shot them all.
For being from Hungary. What name did they call you?
Hunky
What kind of church did you go to?
Catholic.
Remember when you were in the train station and that bomb, somebody set off a bomb and it blew that woman's head off right next to you?
Yes.